You got your syllabus? How many pages? Is it 5.5? 7, very good. JB, are you here? Ooh, he dropped the class. Oh, you're back there. Why did you move back there? Not because you want to text though.
No,
I'm watching you today, yes. Okay, so do you have your syllabus, Mr. Gulling, as well?
Yeah, I got it.
You got it, really. Very good. Very good, and Lucky, are you here?
Here.
You got it, okay, very good. Haley? Miss Snyder, excuse me. I'll say my aunt, you know. Not here. Okay. Sending him up. This one, and Miss Killen, do you have it? Flash. Okay, you might want to talk to me after the class because you missed the first class, okay? All right, very good. Let's see here else. That's it. We covered it. Wonderful. How many of you got a copy of the book for today? It looks like that. How many of you have the book?
What is the name of it?
The name of it, Principles of Microeconomics. That's about 10,000 books out there. That's the name, Principles of Microeconomics. You have to get the correct version. If you're using ebooks, you might want to talk to me. As I said the other day, it's a little bit more expensive. I think it's 80-something versus 50-something if you buy it from the bookstore. Right, Anthony, you got a copy, right?
I don't have a copy yet.
Not yet, okay. You'll get a copy, won't you? This is micro, I cannot throw out free book in this class. The other class I could. I'll take that class just because of that. And anybody in that class, you see Anthony? Okay, good. Oh, you want to give away my secret? Oh, right. Okay, let's see. How many of you have actually read the book chapter 1? That will really make an impression, but nobody. Okay, very good. Just
Dr.
checking.
Vaughn?
Yes, JB.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is this book, I can't seem to find this book anywhere, like online. Is this book only,
Okay.
Yeah,
Please
remember?
talk to me after the class. This one I took it from a brief edition, second edition. It's the same author. If you flip the page, you will see it's Bernanke, Robert and Frank and Bernanke. It's a brief edition. Talk to me after the class if you want to get it, right? But you be maybe paying more. I don't know. Yeah, but this one is one I packaged today. I'm trying to save student money. Because if you buy that version, you get more chapters. I'm only using a subset of the chapters, right? That's the reason for packaging it like that, just so that students, save students cost. Because I do not want student to say, oh, it's too expensive, you know, professor never used it in the class. And both of these are wrong because I have make it affordable and we use it heavily in the class, yeah, so. You all have your calculator? Remember I say bring one, we will use it heavily. Okay, very good. The last person who signed it, do I see Andrew? Andrew, where are you? Okay, if you sign it last, bring it to me, please. And are you Mr. Dalton?
I'm Mr. Dalton.
Oh, you're over there. Okay, what's your name? The one with the red,
Roderick.
I'm sorry?
Roderick.
Are you new?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Is anybody new? First time? You haven't seen my face. Oh, you have seen my face. I'm sorry, yeah. But this is like your first class. Is that just one person? Okay. You did officially sign, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please talk to me after the class.
Okay.
Okay, because I want to go make sure that you have to do a quiz and then you have to bring this to me on Monday. Okay, well, we better get started because we have a homework due. When is that? Somebody. Lucky, do you know when? Homework due? Patrice, what about you? Yes. 22nd, very good. And what day is 22nd?
25th.
Yeah, 22nd it is. It's next week, I know. And it is on a
Monday.
Monday, yeah, very good. Monday, thank you. Did you say Monday? You helped me, didn't you? Okay, very good, thank you. Do you have a nickname or do you go by Broad or just Broderick? The whole of it?
Call me Brady.
Okay. We have gone over the nickname the other day, so. Did we? Maybe not this class. Okay, if you want to have a nickname when I call your name, correct me, okay? So that's how I remember. So let's get started, because we got a lot to cover today. I want to be sure I finish it so you can do your homework and hand it in on Monday. All the homeworks are to be handwritten. I mentioned that already. I'm not going to go over that because I already mentioned that the other day. So it's due when I walk in first thing Monday, 11:15. Okay. So again, what is trade-off? Anybody? Yes, Hunter, yes. Yes.
Giving up something for something else.
Very good. And there's a word we use in economics that's very famous. Is that the O? I'm gonna give you second letter. Anybody? Opportunity, very good. You guessed it right. Opportunity cost. They are related. So the other day we talked about we got limited resources. Okay, and so but we have unlimited ones. How to? Money is never enough. 24 hours is never enough. After you have eaten 3 bowls of cereals, you say, well, I think I want more, you know. Okay, so then we have to make choices. So economic is the study or allocation of scarce resources according to your limited wants, really. So you have to make trade-off because you can't have everything. And most of you have done that today without you realizing. By you being here, you are making a choice already, right? So let me ask just anybody, if you want, raise your hand, you can. What's your opportunity cost of attending today's class? Yes.
Just sleep.
To sleep for 15 minutes, that's pretty good nap. Very good. What else? Who else? You are Tyra. Yes. Correct? Got your name right. Okay, what else? What would you have done if you don't come to class today? You look at me like you want to give an answer. Go ahead. Mr. Dalton, go ahead. Duval, is that how you
What's the
say your
question again?
first name? Huh?
What was the question
What's
again?
the question again? You should sit in front so you can hear a little bit better. Yeah. So the question is, would somebody like to repeat just to make sure that everybody's paying attention? My question.
What would you be doing if you wasn't in class?
Oh, very good, Andrew. You're paying great attention. Yes.
Always.
Go ahead. What's your answer? Other people thinking, please.
Playing basketball or something.
Okay, playing basketball, watching NBA show. Do they come on at this time? Sometimes, yeah. Oh boy, these people are competing in education. They should do it like 8 p.m. something like that. Okay, very good. One more example. Adam, you have it? We have an Adam here. It seems like in my back of my head, I remember there's an Adam.
I could be working,
Oh yes.
actually making money.
You could be making money by frying hamburger at McDonald's. Very good. That's an opportunity cost. So you give that up to come here. There is a cost. That's $7.25. You know. Okay, very good. So now we're talking about this class size. I think this is where we stop. 40,000 for tutorial course in economics. Whoa, that's like one student. You know, you meet with professor like once a week. That is so scary. You want to do that and pay 40,000 for it? Because you have to worth the professor's salary. So. For the most part, a university cannot afford that. So then what we do is we make the class size bigger. Remember the other day I mentioned that I had taught a class as 1,000 students before, and they're sitting on the steps, you know, and you have to use a microphone like you're performing, you know, you tell jokes all the time, do Michael Jackson's breakdance and stuff like that. It's very interesting. So. It's not possible, so the university administrator has to make a choice, like make a decision, because economics is about decision making. So what about a class size of 300 students, and might bring it down to $200 per student. And then for this class size, maybe it's a little bit higher because, that's what trade-off means. So we are constantly faced with trade-off because when you walk out from this classroom, when you get out there, you enter through 2 doors, you say, what do I do now? Should I turn left or right? Have you ever thought about it? If I turn right, goes through that double doors, I go to the cafeteria, get my food, because it's close to lunchtime. Or if you turn left, you go to the ladies. Man, please don't go that way. You go the other way, turn to the right, and then you get to the men's, So you're making decisions all the time. Okay, so therefore, this is called no free lunch principle. Okay, please do not use text in the class. I really appreciate it. If I think you're using text, I might talk to you after the class or switch your seat. Please don't make that happen. I don't want to do that, but please respect my request. I would appreciate it, highly appreciate it. Okay, no free lunch principle. You heard about this expression. Your buddy might ask you, oh, come on, after the class, come on, Andrew, I buy you lunch. How about it? Would you accept it?
Yeah,
If it is free,
yeah.
it costs a lot to eat in that cafeteria, right? How much was that? $7 something, yeah. I know, we all say 7 something. So if someone buy you free lunch and then bought you for 1 hour talking about his girlfriend and his last date, you might say, oh man, this is really not worth it. I could have studied. I could have prepared. I could have done the homework next week. I could have done this, that, and this, and that. So there's really no free lunch principle because you heard about this all the time. Time is money, right? So, this is very simple. This is what I just said. If you have a lot of ones and you're subject to scarcity constraint, so you are forced to make choices. So we'll look at some of the economic principles, like how are we making choices? What are some of the principles that we could use? One of them, very famous one, is called cost-benefit principle. So you're writing two columns here. What are the costs of coming to class today? What are the benefits of coming to class today? What is a marginal cost? What is a marginal benefit, for example? I'm going to define for you very quickly. You should see this in your book. So everybody has a book today? Would you want to turn to it? Tell me what page it is. 15? Very good. 16, go, 16 page. I think my page number is a little bit off by 1 page. I can find it. So I'm looking for that cost principle. Okay, I see it right there. Thank you, Patrice. Would you read it? On page 16, somewhere in the middle. Just read that, like highlight the bold print. Yeah, go ahead.
You mean right after the cost benefit principle, that 3 thing in bold? 3 line in bold?
Yes, right.
An individual or a firm or society should take an action if and only if the extra benefits from taking the action are at least as great as the extra costs.
Okay, it's exactly this definition here. I just want you to read it from a book so you know that it is there, okay? You don't have to copy word for word because I will not stop. I have to keep going. So like I say, if you bring your book to the class so you can refer to it and just write down keywords because there's no way you could copy. You could copy word for word, and one good technique is if you have it in front of you, that's good. Or if you could just download it, print it out, and bring it to the class. Okay, I want to emphasize the word that's underlined. You see the word extra, extra, extra. Okay, you take an action if the extra, not the total benefit, but the extra, what we call margin. How many of you have come across this word marginal? Oh, come on, liars. Most of you should. How many of you have come across this word margin? I will not ask you to define, but marginal is the term in economics that a very important term, actually. And this is when you should wake up if you're asleep, because it's so important. In fact, in one Southern Illinois University, the Alumni Association for Economics, they call their newsletter marginalist, because economies are very much associated with this marginal principle. You will see why. You could smell that all throughout Mr. Master. in this Principles of Microeconomics course. Okay, so you should take an action if and only if the extra benefit from taking the action are at least as great as the extra cost. I'm gonna break it down for you in equations. So in other words, what we're saying here is your marginal benefits, write this down please, must be greater than your marginal cost. That's what it is saying in terms of equation. So what we call cost benefit principle. Basically, is marginal benefits must be greater than marginal cost. Once you have written it down, oh, this is not very good. I could do a little bit better there. I'm gonna add one more equal sign there. Marginal benefits must be at least equal to marginal cost. So that means greater than or equal to. And we'll look at example coming up. You know, believe it or not, every day you face that decision. Because by you sitting here today, you have already made a choice. You already decided that the marginal benefit of attending today's class is greater than the marginal cost. Therefore, you're here. Because if the marginal cost is greater than marginal benefit, you won't be here. You'll be pursuing the other opportunity cost there. And it could be today is rainy day. You know, before class starts, you know, rainy days takes more effort. Correct? Harder to find parking space. You might circle around for 10 minutes before you find a parking space. Finally, you found it. It's so far away. It's a mile away. Well, I'm kidding. It can't be that far. A quarter mile away. So you have to walk. By the time you walk to class, it's late. And at that point, you might say, oh, man, why don't I just skip the class today? After all, it's just the second day of class. Why don't I just drop the class? That's so much easier. Yeah, and then you have to face that decision again next semester, right? So, you know, by you coming here, you already make a choice. That is marginal cost that in today's class is greater than marginal cost. So let's look at one example. In this example, we want to look at, are you making a decision to buy a computer software? I want to define what is economic benefit surplus. At the end of this exercise, that should be in your book somewhere, if you could find it. Okay, let's look at it. Should you walk downtown to save $10 on a $25 computer game? Okay, so how do we solve this problem? Because your homework problem is coming up, you'll be doing that. And please, your homework problem, you can find it, I showed it the other day, it's on the blackboard, okay? I think Ms. Kennan, you probably know, but okay, I'll talk to you, show you where it is. So we have to evaluate the situation. So now we got benefit, we give you some number for cost, and then you tell me what's the decision. Okay, you got it? Is that JB, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the benefit of going downtown, how about $10? You gain a benefit of $10 if you go downtown. The cost of going downtown is the dollar value of everything that you have to give up to go downtown. Sort of like your opportunity cost there. So how much could someone have to pay to walk downtown? And that's again is your cost side of it. So let's just say that we give you that number. We say, oh, for the sake of discussion, how about that number is $9? And that could be the opportunity cost of you walking downtown, if you could quantify it. Because a lot of time you hear people say, oh, it's not worth it to walk. What are some of the things that make you say, you know, it's not worth it to walk? 100 degrees outside. Do I have a hat with me? I need a hat. I need to put on my sunblock, you know, all that before I venture out there in the heat. People would say things like that. I say, no, forget it. Don't walk at all. I'll just I'll just call tap. It's too close to call taxi or something. So you might want to decide to drive there. But the evaluation here is, this problem is we're talking about just walking, okay? So then what you do is you say, if the benefit, economic surplus is if the benefit is greater than the cost. In other words, if benefit minus cost is greater than 0. In this case, is it? Is it or is it not? It is, because this is your $10, this is your $9. So therefore, the decision is go ahead. Go ahead and do what?
Well,
And walk, yeah, walk to downtown. Not go ahead and stay, okay? So now, if it's otherwise, like less than 0, then you say don't do it. Don't do it means stay. Do not walk. Walk away to downtown. Okay, so give you one more example, very simple. Now, this example is so simple everybody could grasp at this point. But this is just first chapter, right? And then it gets harder and harder. So want to make sure that you could do plus and minus first, you know. The benefit of buying the game downtown, let's say is $10, which is the same as the number we saw. What if we say the cost of making a trip is 12? What's your decision now?
Stay.
Stay, very good. Don't go, because then this would be $10 and this would be 12, and you're in the negative, so you don't go. Okay, any questions on that? I think this is pretty straightforward, therefore I'm going pretty fast here. All right. So I just go for the gist. I don't read every single word on my PowerPoint. I go for the gist, the important part. What is economic surplus? So let's look up in your book. Okay, let's see. Do we have 2 hands in? Who is medicine? Okay, medicine, do you have a book? Okay, would you like to read the definition? I think it's on the, who is it? If you find it, tell me, anybody. Tell me what it is. For economic surplus. Oh, yeah, turn the page. Is that page 18? Okay, would you read it on the side, the other menu?
The economic surplus from taking any action is the benefit of taking the action minus its cost.
Okay. So, this is what I showed you back there. Benefit minus cost, and if it is positive, that's it. You take the action. If it is negative, you do not take the action. You have to define what action is. By you coming to the class today shows that your marginal benefit, well, your benefit is greater than the cost, because your economic surplus for everybody for coming to today's class is positive. So get it to the point where you can understand. Now, later on in this chapter, in fact, in a lot of chapters, we will be talking about how do we maximize this economic surplus. That's a very good, very important concept there. So I'm introducing concepts slowly there. So let's define what is a rational person. That's also in your book. Could I get a volunteer to read it? How about back the guy in the black t-shirt? Is that Zach? Just, oh, Zach is over here. Okay, sorry. I'll come back to you. Okay, Zach, would you read what is rational person? I think it's on the same page. Is that?
It's on page 17.
Okay, go ahead. Read the definition.
A rational person, someone with well-defined goals who tries to fulfill these goals as best he or she can.
Okay, I would want to go one step further than that. That is the second one. A rational person is the one who take action that has a positive economic surplus. For example, you know, a while ago, you look at this and say, okay, the benefit is $10, okay, the cost is $12, and you got a negative value, and then the person decided to go ahead and go downtown anyway. What do you say about this person? So you got a problem. We call that person irrational. So the opposite of being rational. Okay, so because if it is positive, if you're a rational person, you will take the action. So that's logical. Any question on that? I think that's very straightforward so far. Okay, I'm gonna move a little bit faster. Opportunity cost, we talked about it already. But I do want to point out, this is important because we asked you this question on your test. Opportunity cost is important. Now for one, some of you know me, I love to drop hints about the test. So every time I mention it will be on the test, you make a mark on that, like make a note of that. So, a while ago I asked some of you, what's your opportunity cost of coming to this class? Okay, Adam, you mentioned frying hamburger in McDonald's, or at least I redefined for you. and Tyler, you said sleeping for 50 minutes. And back there, I don't remember the name. I think that is Andrew, right? Next to Andrew, Anthony, Mr. Dalton. You said in your case you like to watch an NBA football, basketball game. Excuse me. So I want you to pay attention to that second definition here. Well, the first one says the value of the next best alternative that must be foregone to undertake an activity. If you're not here today, what would you have done? What would you be doing? Yep, some of you answer that. But I want you to pay attention to that word, the value. In other words, if you could quantify it into dollar value. Next, as equally important, the definition, it is not the combined value of all other foregone activities, plural, but just the next best one, singular. In other words, it's not going to be like, oh, man, I think I have a lot of choices. I think I would like to go sleep. I would like to go fry hamburger in McDonald's. I like to go watch NBA basketball game. Come on, you're one person, you can do all three at once. Okay, so you have to choose one. Let's say if you assign value to all this NBA, okay, watching the game, $20, frying hamburgers in McDonald's, $7.50, sleeping, $5. So which one would you pick? The highest one, which is watching the NBA basketball game. So, Mr. Dalton, you won. Okay, so that's how you decide it. We will have a question like that on the test. Although, we probably will not use NBA basketball as example. So you have to improvise. You have to apply. Okay. Next, the role of economic models. In economics, we use a lot of models. Basically, in economics, the models that we use are two. Number one, math, algebra. We do not require calculus to take this class, so if I see calculus, I skip for your sake. Okay, now the next one is graphs. Graphs are very important. So in a lot of your homework, one of the reasons for you to handwritten homework is because I want to see your graphs. So every time I do graphs here, do it with me. You do not want to do it the first time and then, I look at this graph and say, what is this? Don't be stingy on paper. When it comes to graph, just draw big, don't draw like these little tiny little ones. Say, what? What is this? Right? So make it big. So practice with me when I do it. Okay. There are 4 pitfalls in economics. We're going to go through all 4 of them. Number 1, this should be in your book as well because the lecture notes follow the book very closely. Number 1, this is when you should whip out your calculator if you have it. If you have your calculator, show off time. Come on, bring it out, take it out. If you don't have it, only today's class, I allowed you to use your cell phone calculator. Only today, if you promise you don't do other things other than just do the calculation because I'll ask you for the answer. Okay, be ready, that's coming. Okay, pitfall number 1. Pitfall means like shortcoming, like you make a mistake. There are 4 big mistakes people do when it comes to economic concept, okay? And number 1, the first one is when you measure cost and benefit, you look at it as proportion rather than absolute dollar value. See the difference between the two? Proportion means percentage, okay? The absolute value means dollar value, period. Let's look at one example. Should you walk downtown to save $10 on a 2020 laptop computer? Now, you don't know because you freeze at this point and say, how do we do it? How do we do it? Okay, I'll give you a hint. So get your calculator busy now. Ready? So let's calculate it by looking at the proportion. Proportion means percentage. What is 10% out of 2020? Go ahead, calculate. If you got the answer, raise your hand. I'll ask you to answer it. Okay, so everybody understand what I'm doing? Take $10 divided by 2020. If you want percentage, what would you do? What's the next step? I'm waiting.
Turn it into a decimal.
Well,
Multiply
from
10.
decimal, you have to turn it into percentage. Okay, anybody got answer, raise your hand.
Point one.
Patrice?
My name's Eden, not Patrice.
Oh, I'm sorry, Patrice. Thank you for correcting me.
I got 0.49.
Let me go back and see. What's your name again?
Eden. I signed my name in pink ink.
Unless you want up the handwriting thing. Miss Stapleton. Patrice is in the other class. He sit right there, so that's the confusion. Thank you. Okay, Eden, right?
Yes.
Yeah, do you have a number?
I got 0.49.
0.49. What's the next one?
0.4950.
You get this? Okay, never mind. 0.49 is good enough. What I mean is, what's the unit here? Percentage. Right? Agree? Did everybody get that? So it's not 0.49. That's not the decimal, you know, because you have to multiply by 100. So 0.49 or 0.5%. Very good. Let's do the next one. So, which is more valuable, saving $100 on a 2000 plane ticket to Tokyo or saving $90 on $200 plane ticket to Chicago? Okay, do the same. So I hope you do some thinking. So in this case, I would like for you to do this calculation. And then the other one is 90. Divided by 200. Remember to multiply by 100. Okay. If you have it, raise your hand. I would ask you. Okay, Hunter, what's yours?
The first one, went to
Just one, yeah.
Tokyo was 5%.
Okay. Did everybody get that? Now, you can look at it by logic if you're weak in math. You look at it, you say, oh, $100 out of 2,000. Hey, what's 1,000 out of 2,000 at 50%? So scale it down. $100 would be, out of 2,000 would be 5%. Very good. Anybody got the next one? Okay, let's see. You are, tell me your name.
Patrice.
You're Patrice, okay. That's the problem. Thank you so much for the correction. Yeah, Patrice. I call you 4 times, so go ahead. Yeah, now you got your chance.
0.45.
I'm sorry?
0.45.
Did you remember to multiply by 100?
45%.
Already multiplied by 100. Okay, here it is, 0.45. Now, that was a trick question I asked her. Did you remember to multiply by 100? Yeah. And she didn't go for it because she knew her answer. Stand by. Very good. And if you look at it, $90 out of 200, it's, whoa, wait. Reverse back all the video, erases, okay. Yeah. You got 0.45, but when you multiply by 100, you get 45%. Very good. So when you come back to this, you look at it, $90 out of 200. $90 is almost $100, right? $100 out of 200, that's 50%. So 49% makes sense. Okay, so far we did all the calculation. Everybody could do math. Everybody say, I got a calculator, including Andrew. You got a calculator, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, very good. What about the economics? What's your decision? What's your conclusion? So 5%, 45%, let's answer the question. Which one is more valuable? Saving $100, that. So how many of you say A? Raise your hand. How many of you say B? How many of you say, okay, I see that most of you say B because we are basing it on percentage so far. Very good. So more of you say B than A because you look at this and say, yeah, 45% is greater than 5. So, that's the pitfall. The pitfall say, we should look at the absolute value. Because if I walk up to you and say, on my right hand I have $100, on my left hand I have $90. I can cross it and ask Vincenzo, so,
Just call me Vinny.
okay, we gave up, Vince, okay. Which one would you think?
Say that again. I was trying to do math.
Let's do it again. Yeah, well, what was that, Ms. Cannon? Was it $100 on my right hand?
Yeah.
Okay, this is $100, this is $90, $10 less. I'm gonna cross it and ask him to pay. Which one would you pick?
This week.
Oh, yeah, very good. That's the correct answer. You will pick $100 because $100 is the absolute value. Okay, so when you book ticket, you know, I don't think anybody would do like, let's see, going to, is that Holland? Where you from? Yeah, how much do I save on the plane ticket? If I go to Zimbabwe, my son would love to go. South Africa. How much ticket am I saving? Oh, I'm saving 50%. You're looking at the absolute value. I'm saving like $200. So that's more valuable. So that's the pitfall that most people look at proportion. So if you go by that, absolute value instead of proportion, which is the correct answer, A or B?
A.
I'm sorry, what?
A.
Very good. So A is the correct answer if you go by absolute value. Okay, we solved one. Next one, opportunity cost. This is a fun one. Spring break is coming up. Oh, a long time, my goodness. We just get into the fall, right? How many of you go to the beach for spring break? It's too short. It's too far away, you can't remember. Okay, but in typical American college, you know, like, it's common that people, you know, they would organize something, spring break, and then they go to Fort Lauderdale. Where is Fort Lauderdale? What state is it in? Florida. What about Cedar Rapids? Anybody know what state it is from?
Colorado?
I'm sorry?
Isn't it in Colorado?
Colorado? Okay, the state has, first letter of the state starts with I. Let me hear it. What's your guess? Idaho? No, we got a lot more states start with I. Come on. Illinois, no. Andrew, what did you say?
Iowa. Indiana.
Okay, we got Indiana. It's not correct. Iowa is correct.
It's in Iowa.
Yeah, it is in Iowa. Cedar Rapids is in Iowa. So, all right, you got a frequent flyer coupon, and you could use. And the plane ticket is round trip airfare is $500 is equal to your frequent flyer coupon. So we're gonna make decision now, okay? And the decision is stick to it right here. Should you use your frequent flyer coupon, which is worth $500 because it is, to fly from Cedar Rapids, Iowa to Fort Lauderdale, Florida? The round trip ticket is $500 and other cost equals $1,000. Tell me what are some other costs you might incur.
Luggage.
I'm sorry, luggage?
Yeah.
It's your own luggage, you could use a backpack. Doesn't cost much.
A cab.
I'm sorry?
A cab.
A cab to do what?
Get to your hotel.
Okay, from the airport to the hotel. Oh, rent a car. Okay, good, good, very good. What else?
Food.
Food, definitely. You're not gonna get there and say, I got here, I'm gonna fly back now. Yeah, I used my $500 coupon. No, you're gonna spend at least a few days, right, Patrice? Would you spend a few days and make it worthwhile? Go to the beach and get some suntan, right? Buy some, what else do you do? Buy something, what do you buy?
Clothes.
T-shirt, right? Souvenir T-shirt. What else? All this like key ring, right? So you could give it to your mama, your girlfriend, you know, and say, I have been, hello, from Fort Lauderdale. What else? Come on.
Booze.
Are you going to just set up a tent on the beach? Food, yeah, we talk about food already. What else? Accommodation, right? You're gonna spend 3 nights. Oh yeah, think, because it's a decision making. It is easy, straightforward. I'm getting the answer from you. How about 6 packs? Some of you will want that, won't you? I don't drink that, I assume like that's one of the things that you have to do, if you're a college student, yeah? Correct or not? What else? Yeah, see, I got some yeah. Okay, anyway, all the stuff that you could think of. If you want to buy clothes, that's fine. T-shirt, buy some jewelry, that's say Fort Lauderdale, fine. All this would cost you $1,000. Okay? So not just a ticket, but other costs, because you gotta have fun. You got to do some activities while over there, and they cost money, and all this add up to be $1,000. So let's solve our problem. The most you're willing to pay for Fort Lauderdale trip is $1,350. What is that $1,350? Let's see if anybody could tell me that. Remember economic surplus? What's the equation? Go back and tell me. What's economic surplus? Come on. Go back, look at your notes, and just copy it.
Benefit and cost.
Benefit minus cost. Very good. So what are you smelling here? Are you smelling benefit or cost for that $1,350? What is it?
That's the benefit.
That's your benefit. The most you are willing to pay, that's your benefit. You're willing to. Okay, this is a cost right here. Okay, your cost is other costs, all these things that you have to pay, hotel and 6 packs, all that, souvenir, $500. If you do not have a coupon, then you have to fork out that $500 on your own, out of your own pocket. This is a cost. $1,500 is your cost. This is benefit, the most you're willing to pay. What can I get the most out of it? You might say, oh yeah, 500. Please don't go if it is 500. The benefit has to be quite high for you to go, right? Because you just talk about it. Economic surplus, right? Okay, so the most you're willing to pay, so that's the kind of thing you have to smell and recognize. When you see that kind of question on the test, you have to say, aha, that is benefit. That is not cost. Because the word here, you're willing, gives away. Okay, so that's a benefit. And we're going to calculate economic surplus, 2 scenarios. Scenario number 1, economic surplus without coupon. So you take the benefit, which is $1,350, minus the cost, which is straightforward, 1,000 plus 500, so 1,500. What do you get? Do your math now in your head, if you could. What do you have?
-150.
Very good. -150. Go ahead. It's fine if you want to use your calculator, but -150. I didn't give you the number because I want you to tell me what the answer is, okay? So what does that mean if you get negative number? Means don't do it, right? Don't do it, because you're getting a negative number from an economic surplus. What about if economic surplus with coupon? Now with coupon means you don't have to fork out that $500 on your own pocket. Isn't that nice? Because hey, coupon took care of it. So you only spend $1,000. Everybody got it? So it would be the same benefit minus the cost. Okay, without with the coupon. So that knock off another $500 say. So if you do that, that's $350. Now this is positive. Everybody could do the number. So when it is positive, you say, oh yeah. Go, have fun. But did you see that one right there? You see, B-U-T, that, dot. That means it's not so simple. Wait a minute, we got more things to say. What is the more things to say? We got this thing called opportunity cost. What about it? Next page. Now, there's an opportunity cost involved. So we must not ignore, we must take into consideration that big guy called opportunity cost. So here's the opportunity cost. You got a call from your cousin from Boston and say, ring, 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 hello. What's up? I'm getting married. Oh, Congratulations. You're gonna be the best man. Whoa, really? Me? I was gonna go to spring break. And the wedding takes place the week after spring break. Are you coming or not? Oh, you say, hang on just a second. Let me hang up and ask my economic professor, call up and do all the calculation. I'll call you back. And then you whip out a piece of paper. You say, okay, let's figure this out. How do I make this decision? So you said, oh, the round trip to Boston, $400. And coupon expires just after the wedding. What that means is that, you see, 400, 500, it doesn't matter because you can only use coupon either in Fort Lauderdale or in going to Boston, okay? So, remember that stick to the decision. The decision that we want to make is, should you use your frequent flyer coupon to fly to Fort Lauderdale for spring break? Stick to it. The decision is not about going to Boston, it's about whether you go or not. So that's all our calculations so far, consistently. Now, and when you say coupon expire just after the wedding, that means you could use it for the wedding. But if you use it for the wedding, you cannot go to Fort Lauderdale. So let's do our calculation based on this new information known as opportunity cost. Well, go ahead and look at this textbook where you see people going to the beach, having fun. What page is it? Oh yeah, look at these kids, they're having fun. Page 22, you see that picture? So that whole thing is explained there. But let's go on here. Now with the coupon, and this new information, meaning now we know there's opportunity cost involved, the benefit is the same, however you look at it. $13.50. Now the cost is different now because now we have to take into consideration the so-called opportunity cost. And that opportunity cost is $400, the price of the round trip plane ticket to Boston for your cousin's wedding the day after spring break, the week after. So if you do that, then we got $1,400. How do you get $1,400? You got $400 plus, don't forget your 6-packs, your accommodation, your souvenir, your taxi. All this is $1,000, so you have to add that. So you got $1,400. Everybody with me? Okay. So $1,350 minus $1,400, you get negative $50. So if you get a negative number, that means no, you don't use a coupon to go to Fort Lauderdale. So in this case, in this calculation, the conclusion is you do not go to Fort Lauderdale. So the alternative will be you go to Boston. So you call your cousin back and say, oh, yeah, I'm coming. Goodbye, Fort Lauderdale. Welcome, Boston, something like that. Now, we're asking you this question now. What would you do if the coupon expired just after the spring break? That means you no longer have this opportunity cost. That's it. That makes it very simple. Then it goes back to this. $1,350 minus $1,000 with coupon, but without the opportunity cost. So you got $350. That means yes. Go ahead, have fun in Fort Lauderdale. Okay, I think this might still be a little bit. I hope you get the gist though. Okay, if not, look at page 22. Where you see people are having fun there. That's look at that one. Is that it? Can I cover one more because this involves your homework problem? Oh, I thought we'd get to it. Some cost. It's your homework due on Monday?
Yeah.
I think this is slow, yeah, okay. Okay, I will postpone it to Wednesday then, because I'll cover this on Monday, okay? But if you want to hand in, if you read the book in again, want to hand it in on Monday, I'll take it. All right, have a good weekend, and I want to talk to a few people, and Gerlene, I want to talk to you as well. Yes.